heavy downhill hand, you're going to half halt it up. Half halt it up. In the half halt, you think it's just a little sponge that's in your hand, and you're just going to squeeze the water out, release. Squeeze the water out, release. And you just have to feel how hard you have to squeeze that sponge in order to half halt him up. You know, some horses it could be just a little tickle of the fingers, others it could be an actual set. As long as a half halt has a release, a halt has a hold, we're just going to squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Because the release is when he comes up. If we just squeeze, he's going to curl, go down more hill. It'll be a bad cycle. So you're holding the hindquarters, pushing the shoulders out. That's the lateral alignment. All while keeping him to the contact and uphill, the longitudinal alignment. So those are the two things I want you thinking all the time. You could align him a little bit laterally, and then you might lose it longitudinally because you were focusing on the lateral stuff. That's fine. Just go to the longitudinal, then back to the lateral. If you're having a lot of trouble one day, if you feel like, oh, he's really falling in, maybe forget about the longitudinal a little bit and really work on moving him out or moving him around. Watch your hands. Keep your outside rein down by the saddle pad. He likes to trick people into pulling and taking your hands high. Then you get out of his back. Because when he's running downhill, he doesn't have to engage his hindquarters around his back. He gets to go hollow, and he curls behind the bit. And that's what we call behind himself. Your inside leg pushes him out into your outside rein. Your outside rein receives him. It doesn't let him drift. Your whole goal is to make him upright. Shift him off the right front onto the left. You look at his ears. Is the right ear lower than the left? And that could be you're pulling on the inside rein. You really want to have to be able to give inside rein because he's balanced in your outside rein. If you're hanging or feel him heavy on your inside rein, he's leaning that way, right? He's leaning into it. You want to take all those aids away so that he can't lead into them. You take the inside rein and give it, and you put the inside leg on and shift him into the outside rein, and then release your inside leg. You don't give him the ability to hang on the inside, on the right this way. Good, and the half halt keeps him up. Squeeze. Yeah, very good, Kaylie. You want to try and think, can I see the back of the bridle, like the top of the crown? He'll break at the third vertebrae if he's behind himself. And then you can't see the top of the bridle. Yeah, good. So squeeze with your legs into your hands. Very good. And it's not going to be consistent. He's going to bobble a little bit with his head because it's hard on his hindquarters and hard on his back. That's fine. You just stay consistent and say, nope, uphill, Timber. Nope, uphill. He will want to always go downhill, so you just do the opposite. Good. Inside leg pushes them into a solid outside rein. And just shorten up your reins a little bit. If we get too long of reins and too short of arms, we all of a sudden have our biceps engaged, right? And then we have a pulling back feeling. I want you to kind of just a slight bend in your elbows and like a pushing a shopping cart feeling with your hands. That there's no backwards feel to those hands whatsoever. It's an up and forward half halt. You completely open the stride and get it uphill. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you're thinking, I'm half halting the shoulders. I'm not half halting the neck or the nose. I'm just half halting his shoulders up. Good. Give inside rein. You don't want to hang on that or he'll fall into it. Good boy. And make big praise when they blow. Because that's getting that tension out of the back. And he's sitting on his hindquarters. Good. Good boy. Don't be afraid to talk to him. It's one of the 5 natural aids. You use your voice. Kind of low, good boy. And if he ever does something bad, you kind of do sharp like that. Don't do that. Good, now let's go ahead and change direction. Let's go big 20 to big 20. Keep him uphill. We want to keep the same frame and the same pace in those change of directions. Nothing should change. Good. Keep it uphill. Can you see the back of the bride? Okay, so now the longitudinal piece hasn't changed. You still want to keep him uphill to the contact, engaged hindquarters. But now we need to align him a little bit differently because the pushy side is on the outside now. Now we're going to try and bring him around the circle. Maybe make this an 18 or 17 or 16 meter circle. He needs to shift that weight onto the left front and step his hindquarters out. This way he's going to take shoulders out and drag his hindquarters and leave them in. We want to do the opposite. We need to make him more symmetrical. So you're going to bring the shoulders around. Think about pointing the middle of his chest towards the middle of the circle. It's a little bit shoulder fore feeling all the time. Good. So you're going to have inside leg pass the hindquarters over. So it's a little bit further back than the inside leg the other way. So it needs to connect to the hindquarters. But then he's going to blow through your outside shoulder. You see the shoulder still popping? You need to have a little bit more outside range. There you go. If you have to, if you feel like, oh, it's really not getting through, he's still leaning out that right shoulder, counterflex and do kind of a, you know what a shoulder roll is? It's where you counterflex and roll the shoulders around on kind of a tight circle. That's what you're going to do. So counterflex him for a second. There you go. Stay tall in your body. Nothing changes. Now shift him around the circle. Keep him in counterflexion. Your right hand just counterflexes and releases. Make sure it doesn't counterflex and have a backwards feel, otherwise he'll break to the wall. Outside shoulder comes around to the middle of the circle. Good. There, felt it? Yeah. You felt a shift? That's what we need. It's so hard for him to stand on that left front. We have to help him. Never ever in a test would we want to counterflex, right? The judge is going to see that like crazy. But at home, same thing. Exaggerate it a little bit so that he gets really symmetrical. And in a test, ooh, it's just a slight little half hold on the outside and he stands up into that left inside range. Good, Kaylie. I like the longitudinal. He's staying up. Keep him uphill. Drop your hands. Don't fall into that trap. It's a terrible little trap because it gets more downhill, and it kind of snowballs. You set your hands and you push his hindquarters into the bridle and then he'll shift up. There's no kicking and pulling, it's pushing. Outside rein brings the shoulder around. Very good, Kaylie. Good. You can help yourself out by stepping the left hind under and out of the circle. He likes to drag it in. It's his weak hind. It likes to travel out and wide all the time. You have to say, no, left hind, step up under my body, and then he'll have an easier time stretching his short side, which is on the outside. That's why it's so hard, right? His long side's on the inside and his short side's on the outside. You've got to get him to trust you enough to stretch his outside and contract his inside. Yeah, good. Shorten up your reins and push to your hands. Push to your hands. Use your legs there to activate the hindquarters. So inside leg, outside rein. Both ways it's inside leg, outside rein. That's the easy way to remember it. Your inside leg pushes the rib cage, pushes the hindquarters slightly out, and your outside rein just half halts and directs the shoulder around in front of the left front so that he's stretching that outside, stretching that outer part of his body. There you go, good. You're thinking that you're going to use your outside rein to stand him up into your inside rein. It's the same thing as the other way. If you stand him up into your left rein, but then your left leg drifts away, he's not going to trust you and move into it. You use your right rein and keep that left rein really close, so you're using your right rein to move him into your left rein. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's a hard concept, but the outside aids are so important, but too many people use one aid and then they drop the other. You need them to coordinate and work together. He trusts you to stand up into that bridle. Good, now just let him walk and then we'll go do some sitting. Push with your legs and half up and the half, good. And the half up just gets a little stronger, but you keep activating those hindquarters, keep him up the whole time. Has he been jigging on you like that? That little...
He didn't yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
That was just me losing my concentration.
Yeah, exactly. Just None of that. No jigging. Otherwise, it'll be hard when you're in the ring and you're a little nervous. He's going to take advantage of that. So even in the walk here, he likes to curl. Just because we're walking doesn't